Content over everything.
Hi, good afternoon. We're here with Karen from Movement for Justice, a fantastic organisation that takes care of grassroots. It's a grassroots organisation, and right now we're here at the Jamaican High Commission today about, if you could just fill us in, Karen, about what that has happened today and what today's about, and individual cases, so the viewers at home can actually relate to the everyday person who's been deported. It's not just the criminals. There are a couple of criminals or whatever. Just break it down to us so the young platform that we've got can get a thing.
These are people who were detained last week and they could be deported anytime from tomorrow. And this is the first mass deportation charter flight of Jamaican citizens since 2017, since the Windrush scandal broke.
Wow.
Of those to be removed, the majority came when they were children. One young man came when he was 4 years old. He was brought over by his Windrush generation grandmother, who scrimped and saved in the care sector her whole life to bring her family over, brought him over, and then later brought her daughter over, his mum, and raised him. And when his nan died, he started getting into trouble. He was grieving. He was grieving for his nan. And a year later, he was convicted of a drugs offence. And for that, he's had his indefinite leave to remain revoked, and he's facing deportation to a country he can't remember. He's got a strong British accent. He'll stick out like a sore thumb in a country where the murder rates for returnees, people who are returning, even people who are returning to retire, is enormous. So that's just one example. 13 of the people have connections to the Windrush generation through their grandparents, parents, uncles and aunties. 36 British children will have their fathers, and there will be more because we're not in touch with everyone. We're only in touch with 26 people out of the 50. But 36 British children will be without their fathers on this charter flight. And they've talked about how upset their children are. Some haven't told their children. One young man, his sister is self-harming as a result of the worry and the fear.
So this now we're coming into mental health.
Yeah.
That mental health of the person about to get deported.
Yeah.
The person who's about to get deported. The families of those who are going through that. Yeah. And now you're telling me a child is self-harming because they're about to lose their father to be deported?
Yeah, that's right. And there's two former British soldiers.
No way.
Yep, two former British soldiers, serving British soldiers, who were both had to leave the army due to mental health difficulties. They're at risk of being on the flight. There's a man who was here for 41 years and worked as a youth worker for 12 years in Manchester, Owen Hazley. And the young people who he supported are still tweeting about they can't believe that he's being deported, how he turned their life around.
But we've got to get them on board, because I know Movement for Justice, you've got quite a big network that goes nationwide. So it's about those. I think things are better said when it's coming from the people who are directly affected. So if that individual, what's that guy's name?
Owen Hazley.
Sorry?
Owen Hazley.
Yeah, Owen Hazley's done some fantastic works in the communities up north. So those people that he's helped and affected, they've been trying to get in touch, but...
They are, and today they're doing a demonstration themselves. His friends and families. He's well known in the drum and bass community in Manchester. I'm not sure exactly the address of it, but they're also producing a music video. They started a petition.
Wow.
We need people on their feet. We're calling on the Jamaican High Commission to call an emergency public meeting.
When?
It would have to be tomorrow because the flight could go tomorrow. And they need to start to speak to the family and friends of those who are meant to be on this flight. They need to speak to the people affected because they've released propaganda to try and kill any public support.
What is that propaganda, by the way?
In the Gleaner produced a front page article, Convict Flight, and talked about how Jamaican dangerous criminals would be returned to Jamaica on the 6th, and they would be met at the airport by police. One young man is registered blind and served a 4-month sentence for a fight, and he's got epilepsy. He's been here since he was 6 years old, and these are the dangerous criminals that the Jamaican government would like us to believe and the British government would like us to believe.
I can fully understand the gentleman who's blind and he served for 4 months. But normally, soldiers who have served they've served Queen and countries to say. Normally, those are the people of society are normally looked after, and we hear about a lot of soldiers with what's it called?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah. So why would they allow two soldiers who'd fought in whatever war or whatever was happening to be deported? So couldn't we bring in the British Army to some concern to actually help back up this case?
Because the criminal justice system is racist. The Lamy Review found that the disproportional presence of black people in the criminal justice system is bigger in the UK in relation to the population than it is in the US. People look at the US and they think that's much worse. Well, actually, the disproportion is bigger in the UK. It's just quieter. And there's a lot of stigma associated with people who have criminal convictions. But these are people who have served their time. Everyone on that flight has served their time. They have children here, families here. They've grown up here. They have British accents. They were schooled here. They are products of this system. It's racist.
So how comes the Jamaican government hasn't held no one to task then? Why wouldn't the Jamaican government hold them to task? Because you are actually cluing up all our viewers there on this information that is obviously public. So why wouldn't the Jamaican government hold the British government to task? Could you explain if you do know?
Well, that's the question we're here today to ask. We tried to meet with them today, but they called the police on us.
Could you explain what happened today?
Yeah, we went in to deliver a letter and to ask someone to come down and to speak to some of us. It was some of the family and friends of those who are due to be deported. They refused, and when we were insistent, saying that this was an urgent situation, they called the police on us. But we're calling on them today to have a meeting with those family and friends as a matter of urgency. The thing is, they get money for these charter flights. They get money per head.
Could you explain that about the money, what the money's supposed to be for, but when they go to Jamaica, what the actual money is actually used for?
Oh, well, the money, they say that there's help for people when they get back. There is no help. People get no money. People get no support to reach.
So are you saying this money, this 20,000?
To the government.
So, but I did so the British government give them 20,000 pounds or dollars? Pounds?
I'm not sure if
okay,
figure.
But let's say it could be, but it's a substantial amount, right? So what's supposed to happen when those deportees land in Jamaica? That is for to help with homing and getting back into Jamaican life, is it? Or not?
I don't think there's any strings attached to it. I think it's no strings money for the Jamaican government, and the Jamaican government needs to stand up and say no, because it's a slap in the face to the Windrush generation and the Jamaican community here in the UK.
So from your opinion, Karen, and not even from a movement of justice, your organisation, your personal, what is your feeling of Windrush and how the people of the Windrush generations, like the children, are being affected? What is from your heart?
I think that I came here from Ireland when I was 6 years old. And Ireland was a British colony for hundreds of years, 800 plus years. Jamaica was a colony for 400 plus years. But before that, people were stolen from Africa and brought to Jamaica by Britain. Britain put people in Jamaica and then ruled over Jamaica for hundreds of years. And then within a relatively short period of time, they're saying, we're going to send back your sons and your daughters, who are the descendants of the people who built this country and helped rebuild it after the war. I think that is fundamentally racist. And you know, I am lucky. I have white skin. That means that I did not get in trouble with the police. If you're a young black man on the streets and you're getting stopped by the police every day and you're seeing your friends killed and you're a victim of 10 years of austerity that has no services in the community, youth services ended, then you're more likely to end up in prison. And if you don't have the paperwork, or even if you do have they're taking people's British passports away from them to deport them. That is unacceptable, and it's racist, and it just needs to stop.
Okay. Karen, I want to thank you for your interview, and I want you to carry on doing your great works. And the only other thing I want to ask you, Karen, is, you know the wonderful gentleman, is it Ewan, who I bought this T-shirt from?
Yes, Ewan.
Have you got his Instagram address that we can give to our viewers?
Laser Mike.
How do you spell it?
Lasermike. Laser Mike.
That's Laser Mike. If you want to get one of these T-shirts and support the cause, it's a great T-shirt, isn't it? When I saw it, I was like, where was we at? Was it the House of Parliament? Where was that? What?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. When I saw it, it just stood out to me. Yeah. So this is it's Laser Mike. L-A.
Sermike.
Okay. Lasermike. Laser Mike on Instagram, and then you can get the plug. So I want to thank you here from the Jamaican High Commission on such a rainy day. And this is the Gorilla Man reporting for Content Over Everything. Thank you.
Content over everything. From your melody.
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Hiring
Listen.
these children. Now, to hear that someone who has been an inspiration to the society has made one mistake, and because of one mistake, he has not got the chance to get himself back together. No, you just think that you're going to sign this person off. The person is not dead. When you sign someone off, it's when they're dead. And I think it's wrong what they're doing. So, you know, it's sad.
So